Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to play Angry Birds inside of BeamNG.drive. So we're just going to start off by going to grid map and doing some basic testing with the Angry Bird. I say bird because there's really only one Angry Bird included with this mod, but it is at least the most iconic Angry Bird as far as I know, the Red Bird. There he is, and if we look at his J-beam structure, you can see the structure is very basic. So what that means is this is more for crushing other cars, not for it itself being crushed. And as for controlling the bird, well, you don't. I've hit every key I can think of, and there's really nothing you can do to the bird. There's no thrusters, no engine or anything, so he just sits there like that. He'll just sit there. You know, you can turn the headlights and stuff, but it doesn't do anything. It's like, yeah, look, my blinker's on. Why does a bird need a blinker? He doesn't. So there's nothing you can really do with him. And the really unusual and kind of unfortunate thing is wind does not affect him. So we're going to just throw on a ton of wind, and he doesn't move. Now, if we use that same exact command on a vehicle, the vehicle will fly away. Watch, look at that. So, for some reason, he's not affected by the wind, which is kind of unusual. I don't know what exactly causes that, but it's not like he's that heavy. I believe he weighs maybe, 845 kilograms, so about a ton, roughly. Much less than a truck, which probably weighs like 1,000 kilograms more. I don't think it'll update the weight when I do that. Yeah, it says the same old weight, so I'm not going to worry about that. Also, the brake all brake loops, brake all tires, brake all whatever, all those buttons over here, they also do nothing. So, what I'm getting at, though, is to actually use the bird, really, the only thing you can do is drop it on things. So, we're going to do that. We're going to just hit Shift-C so we can move the camera around. We're going to go right above the truck. Then we're just going to go way up into the air. Then we're going to hit F7 to place the bird when I feel like I'm high enough, which is right here. And we could drop the bird onto a truck. Because that really feels like that's the one thing you can really do with it without being too crazy and creative and doing nonsense, which I'll try to do later on, but I make no guarantees of that actually working. And you can see, it did damage the truck, but what exactly happened to the bird? That's what I want to know. So let's see, move the bird back into the air. What does the bird look like now? He looks really, he looks flat. He just looks so flat. So yeah, you can see though, he doesn't hold up much. He gets flat too. The truck also got beat up, though. I mean, that was still like almost a ton smashing onto him, I think. I don't know the exact conversion for kilograms to pounds, but it's roughly 2 to 1, roughly. And the bird doesn't even look like a bird anymore. It looks like a monster more than a bird. So that's not good. Go ahead and reset the bird, reset the truck, let it hit the truck again. But let's do it from a little lower this time. Let's set it right about there. I think we're a bit too high. I think it was just doing too much damage. Get some slow-mo on it. There we go, that's a bit better. You see the bird's jiggling. When you put the slow-mo on, you can see he jiggles. But that one was low enough where it didn't really destroy the bird entirely. But you see, he doesn't hold up. He's like, my back's broken. Alright, good for you. My truck's broken also, which is kind of unfortunate. So let's go ahead and get a different thing out here to crush, because this isn't holding up well. I think we need something a little more durable, so let's get a T-Series. And in Angry Birds, the enemies are green, so let's use a green truck. Makes sense to me, right? Alright, there we go. Probably have to back it up a bit. There we go. That was a perfect hit. And, the Angry Bird doesn't look so angry anymore. It just looks sad. Like, the way his face and his eyebrows all got munched up, he just looks like a sad bird. And the truck still drives. This truck's more durable. From the inside, you can see the bird is like a passenger. Oh, and from this view, you see inside the bird, so you see his face. That's kind of creepy. And I was hoping to actually keep driving the truck, but it appears that something along the front suspension is broken, not allowing it to properly drive. So that idea is out of here. You could drop the bird on him one more time and see it in slow-mo this time. So you can really see it, like do super slow-mo on this one. 100 times slow-mo, so you can really see the hit. It hits it right there. And the bird itself actually holds up in the front, it seems like. But then the back, it's just... Oh, now it's fine. You saw it was... Like, the bird is made of jello. When it hits something, it's all scrunches up. And a lot of the time, it kind of bounces back and gets its shape. Like right there, that time it pretty much bounced back and kept its shape. So it looks perfectly fine to me. J-beam skeleton even looks pretty much the same. I think the bottom is a little bit flatter, but that's about it. He doesn't have as pointed as a bottom. So it's like minimal damage to him that time. Other times it seems like he blows up. So, oh well, there goes a bird. That time he did okay. Alright, so that's enough of dropping it, I'm thinking. At least under these circumstances. What if we dropped it under more extreme circumstances? Let's get this truck out of the way before I ruin it. I'm so sorry, truck. And just park yourself right about, yeah, there. No, not. Actually, you know what I should do? I should change it to something that's going to be better for my frames per second. Because if I just have a truck sitting around, my frame rate will get murdered. Alright, so now we're going to try something a little different. We're going to try seeing what happens to him if we just said sun gravity. It's always fun to pull out some sun gravity, so I'm trying to keep him in the air while I do this. And then sun gravity! He just disappeared? Okay. Let's... No sun gravity? He's flat. That's a flat bird. I like that the little head hair thing is still there. So you can still say, oh, that's the angry bird. It's totally destroyed, but that's the angry bird. Zero gravity it. See just how flat it looks kind of creepy with the way the eyes are. I think you can tell those are eyes. That is paper thin though. At least on some parts. Well, that's a crushed bird. I don't know what I expected. I mean, that really actually is what I expected, so... Yay, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it did what I expected, so that's good. Got really flat. And I know I said, this thing is not made to be damaged, and it doesn't look very good when you damage it. So let's try doing something else. Let's see if we could do, do something where we, like, hunt the bird. Like, you know, just make it fly through the air, and maybe we could do something Angry Birds-like, because the bird's flying, maybe? I don't know. I'm afraid that the way it's designed, it might actually just go through the car instead of actually get hit by the car. But we'll see what happens. Just go and have a fresh bird right there. We're going to come in at about highway speeds and try to hit them. Although it feels like I'm in slow-mo. Weird. I have to be in slow-mo, right? Yeah, there we go. Oh, you see, we did hit him. It was a little off-center, but we hit him, and he really didn't fly. He kind of just sucked my car in. So that tells you right there, you can't really hit, like, yeah. You can't really punt him like I was wanting to do. I wanted to just punt it away, but that's obviously not working. Although I made a neat looking bolide. Look at my bolide. It's a birdlide. I made a terrible pun that doesn't even make sense. Yeah, go WhyBeAre. So that's, since that doesn't work, we gotta come up with something else to do. So let's crush the bird. Yeah. I mean, it's a fake looking bird anyways. I'd feel bad if it looked realistic, but that's like, what kind of bird is round? I had a pet parakeet before. He was definitely not round. Oh, jeez. I mean, I guess it's okay if it hangs right there, right? It doesn't matter. It's gonna get crushed anyways. So it doesn't matter. So we're gonna make a different bird right here. I'm sure there's a square bird, right? That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make this the square one. Unfortunately, that did not go well. I guess it went well. Depends on your definition of well. Let's try placing it right in the center without it hanging, see if it makes much difference. I really doubt it will. It'll probably look about the same. But, might as well try it. Square, square. That doesn't look very square. He just looks sad. Let's reset him. Don't you want to be bigger? When's your dream always to be a bigger bird? Oh, I just tore his face off. That was violent. Okay. So the bird doesn't really stretch. It kind of just disappears, it looks like. So no stretching the bird. That's a bad thing to do. You'll hurt it. So what else can we do? You know what we could do? If we really want to duplicate the Angry Birds kind of whole thing, we need to bring back the slingshot. Let's see if that'll even work first off. Let's grab the bridge, put the Angry Bird on the bridge, and see if it'll work actually. So we gotta use some wind. I can't remember exactly which direction is downward wind, but I believe it's this number and a positive is up. Oh, nope. That is an upwards wind. We want a downwards wind, so it has to be a negative number on the last digit. There we go. Now the bridge is tensioned, so we're going to see, does the bird fly if you set it on the bridge and then, like, launch it from there? That works. So you know what that means? If we line up the slingshot and bring it back, we can do something that's really Angry Birds-like. So we're going to try that. I don't know if it'll actually work in the slingshot orientation, but it has promise considering it works as a bridge. So let's go ahead and go to a nice big open area. So we're going to go to Grid Small Pure, and then I'll show you exactly how you want to set up the slingshot, because there was an update that makes setting... Well, the game decided to crash right there, so if I repeat myself a little bit, I do apologize. But what I was saying is we're going to need a nice big open area, which is why we're going to Grid Small Pure, and I want to show you a slightly easier way to make the slingshot, because there's an update to BeamNG.drive that makes it ever so slightly easier to make the slingshot. So first you're going to want to pull out the large bridge, and then you're going to want to go to the map editor by hitting F11. Once you're in the map editor, you want to go up to the top left and select rotate selection. Then you're going to hold shift and hit C, which allows you to select the bridge and then actually rotate it. And if everything goes according to plan, you get a rotated bridge. And then, well, that's a lot easier already. Before you had to do a lot of effort to rotate the bridge, now you don't need to. So after you do that, you're going to want to go to the library, and you're going to need to use a mesh to hold the bridge in place. I personally am just going to use a mesh from GridMap because I know that there are meshes there that are just perfect squares that are easy to use candidate for what we're doing. So I'm just going to go and see where is GM right there. Grab that, and we're going to resize it a bit, make it huge because we don't want this thing moving much. So we're just going to make it huge in every way. Then we'll realign it. And I know it's ginormous. That's intentional. Just making it as big as we possibly can on purpose. Then we're going to line it up right about there. That looks nice. Nice. Copy paste it and line up this one in a similar fashion. So about right there that way. Pull it all the way over to there. That looks good. Then we're going to put a little bit of tension on the bridge with some wind. So we're going to go ahead and bring up the console and got to change this to vehicle values. And put like 10 meters of wind on it. Which way is that wind going? That's going the wrong way. Stop the wind. I forgot the right direction for the wind. Is it this way? Oh no, I flipped the bridge. Wait, it's flipping back. There we go. That's good. Maybe we can get a little bit more wind on it. Let's go 15. Whoa. Hey. Don't go through the, okay. Addendum to what I said. Go out of the map editor, then add a little bit of wind. And the reason we're adding a little bit of wind is because we need the bridge tensioned up, and then we need to put a platform below where the bridge sits. So back into the map editor. And all we're going to do, just for convenience sake, is copy paste this thing and then stretch it about some. So we're going to do that. I'm just going to say, just make it a little less wide. So put it about there. Looks okay. Center it up. Probably a little too wide still, just a little bit. So go ahead and make it just a little less wide, and then yeah, that's okay. A little more. It's like a little like back and forth. There we go. That should be good though. Then we gotta shrink its size down and bring it a little more centered. So we got it like this. We want it to be right below the bridge. So bring it up, and there we go. That is maybe just a little too close, so I'll bring it down just a couple of clicks. Alright, there we go. We can see there's a visible gap, but just barely. That is the perfect setup. And the last thing we're going to do is we're just going to make this a little bit longer, and then we have the bridge slingshot setup completed. Which is great. That's most of the hard part is setting up the slingshot setup. Once it's set up, you're good to go. And if you wanted to, you could add textures to this, but I'm too lazy. I mean, it's like, I don't feel like doing that, so I'm not gonna. Now, we gotta add the Angry Bird and all that and figure out what speeds actually work to fling it, which is probably gonna be pretty boring to watch, so I'll figure out what speeds of the wind and all that work, and I'll report back what my findings are. So I'll be back in instantly for you, in a couple minutes for me. Alright, so let's just do a quick recap of what I've came up with as a conclusion. I've concluded that 150 seems to be a bit too much wind, because most of the time when I use 150, the bird seems to blow up, as you'll see right here, which is actually kind of funny to watch. I figure we'll do that just once so you can see it. But if you do 150, usually the bird will blow up, which is not exactly what we want. You see, that's not how Angry Birds works. I've played Angry Birds before. That's not right at all. That's totally wrong. And I can't tell which is the bird and which is the bridge. That's not good. Okay, we gotta take a guess here. Actually, I could just put the wind on and it'll tell me if it flies or not. So we're on the bird right now. Now we're the bridge. Okay. We're gonna put the wind at 100. 100 seems to be a pretty good spot. There might have been a couple of runs where 100 did get stuck, but it seems like most of the time when I try 100, it doesn't get stuck and it'll actually fly. Oh, not that one though. Okay. Okay, and the reason I still have it at 10 at the end is just so the bridge doesn't fall over. Because if I didn't do that, then the bridge would be all over the place at the end of things, and that's not good. Let's try that again. Hopefully it don't get stuck this time. Oh, now 10's getting stuck, apparently. 10 used to work. Hopefully it'll work when we actually have targets. How about that? It used to work, man. Trust me. It just doesn't right now because the game hates me. Please work? I'll say please. So the problem is the I know exactly what causes it. It's when you have the slingshot set up, sometimes it shifts. And then the bird's not centered. Or the bird isn't in the same spot. All of those affect it. Which means, well, yeah. Good luck for you to try to get any sort of consistency out of it. I mean, it is a bridge after all, slung onto its side, and using the wind as an exploit to make it work as a slingshot. It was never made for this, so it's not like I could blame the game developers, because this is me just being all out dumb. Like, look, I made my bridge into a slingshot. But I don't know. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just throw 2 trucks up, and we'll try to mirror them up to each other, so that way it's hard to miss the target. Because if we do get it to fly, I do not want to be missing the target. So we're going to put 2 H series back to back. I would use the T series, but I don't think I have the trailer mod installed. So that wouldn't work out as ideal as it could. If I had the trailer mod installed, I could just use a single T series truck, and then that would be it. That would be it. That's all you would need. But I don't have that mod installed right now. So instead, we're going to substitute with 2 of these guys. We'll try to make it where there's a... Since it looks like the bridges and the bird is slightly to the other side, we'll pull this one just a bit back. Alright, there we go. Now we can do something Angry Birds like. If it goes right in between them, that's really more amazing than anything. And I have no complaints about that. Because I don't think it should be able to fit no matter what you do. So we'll set the bird right here. And now we're going to go ahead and take the wind off. Can we get some slow-mo? Good, we got some slow-mo going. The bird's all upside down. That might be a good idea if we let the bird kind of be falling as it gets hit. That might help. Perfect. Here's the bird coming in. Angry Bird stuff. It worked. It tore off the doors. So it's like, I mean, that's cool. I think there's the secret, is make sure the bird's kind of in the air when you hit it, and that way it doesn't have the friction of sliding across the ground working against it. So that's something I just thought of right there that makes things probably, hopefully, work a little more consistently. And, well, we took the doors off, and I know exactly... Wait, what? You're broken? How are you broken? I don't know how this truck is broken, apparently. By breaking off its door, its transmission has been ruined. I don't get that, but we'll just reset it and move it back a little bit more, so this time it'll actually hit the truck itself, hopefully. The other trucks are getting pushed about. Going, is this the bridge? That's the bridge. Here's the bird. Okay, perfect. So be the bridge. Slow things down. Oh, the bridge doesn't have slow-mo. Oh, great. Who has slow-mo? Somebody has slow-mo. I think it was this car has slow-mo. That is one complaint I really have, is knowing what has slow-mo is a hard thing to do. There we go. The bird is off. Yeah, that's Angry Birds. Oh, that's how you use it. You got that car. Got it good, too. All tipping over and stuff. Nice. Go and reset it. Back it up a bit more. Let's do this. Let's line them up, since I know pretty much generally a good idea of where the bird will be. We'll line them up one after another, and then we'll try to plow through both of them. See if that works out or not. Set them up kind of like that, a little offset. Looks nice. And reset the bird. We'll make the bird the one that can do slow-mo. So we'll go ahead and hope. Well, that'll change the position, though. We can't afford to do that. So, which one had slow-mo again? I think it was that one, yeah? Oh, I reset the bridge. No. It's okay. I think everything's okay. We got the slow-mo on. Bridge is fine. Shoot the bird. Go, Angry Bird, go! Oh, yeah, I'm playing Angry Birds, man. Couldn't get past both trucks, though. Only got past one. Now, let's go ahead and do this run in real time, if I can manage that. Half the reason I'm doing slow-mo right here is because real time will be difficult, because I have to, like, switch between things so fast. So I have to be like, boom, boom, boom. I don't know if I can do that. Hey, how'd you flip over? What you doing? What are you doing? You need to... I don't know how these things got all moved out of position. We could fix that real quickly. There we are. Alright, so I gotta do... Reset. Oh. No, I can't do it in... Oh, I could freeze physics. Actually, that's what I could do. I could just freeze physics and then... So we go freeze physics. Become the bridge. Put the wind. Become the bird. Unfreeze physics. Here's a full speed run. Oh, that worked alright. Alright, let's see. So that's working pretty good, throwing it through cars. Maybe we should do something a little more Angry Birds like. Maybe we could try stacking up some cubes or something. No, I don't think stacking H cubes usually works out because they kind of fall through each other. So scratch that idea. That was a dumb idea. I mean, there's a good idea, but it wouldn't work. It'd be a good idea, but it just wouldn't work. High-res cubes would cause too much lag. So instead, I think we'll just use cars some more. We'll just switch out the car. I mean, as long as it's tall enough, we could hit any car if we position it correctly. Let's use a plane. Yes. We're going to hit the B-25 Mitchell. It is the B-25, right? I get my numbers mixed up sometimes. Yep, B-25. Move this thing out the way. Okay, taking the plane with it. That's not what I wanted to do. Spawn it right here. Respawn the plane back where it previously was. Alright, Angry Bird attacking the plane. I think the plane has a slow-mo. So that should hopefully... Alright, reset the bridge again! Apparently the plane did not have the slow-mo. It's the vehicle that has the slow-mo. Yep. So we're going to put the slow-mo on. Reset the bird. And be the bridge. The slow-mo off. Bird, go at the plane! Oh, didn't... Oh, wait. I was about to say it didn't do anything, but it kind of jiggled the wing. Does that count for something? Not really. Good try, bird, but you sort of failed at hurting the plane. The plane's too much for you, huh? I'll let you have one more shot at it. We won't do this one in slow-mo because it was kind of disappointing last time, so do this one in full speed. Come on, hurt that plane! Nothing. It's slowly denting it up, but it's not wrecking it. I was hoping for like a part to fall off on that one at least, but well, it's not happening. Plane too strong. I know that plane usually looks really weak. The thing is, usually when we hit it, we're hitting it at like 100 miles per hour in the air and stuff. I did manage to actually pull off a engine right there, and I didn't get to see it, unfortunately, because I didn't think anything would happen, so I wasn't really planning on it. But we did get some damage, so that's good. This time I'll make sure I watch it instead of just assuming nothing will happen. Boom, boom. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Watch it. Oh, I missed! The plane got too much moved. It's all off in the wrong direction. I don't know if it'll even... I'm trying to remember how to make it move, and there we go. Oh, look at that. It won't move. Nope, it's stuck. Just gonna reset it. So the plane, a little too durable. We need something that's a little more squishable. How about... Let's use... it's hard to choose. What if we used let's just use a truck. Let's use a normal D-Series truck. We'll make it green, too. We'll get off-road one so it's a little taller, maybe easier to hit, but we'll make it a green to match the pigs, because I like the idea of matching the color of the enemies in the actual game. We'll set it right there. I'll probably have to do a test run or two to actually figure out where we need to line it up, but that's fine. There's nothing too difficult about that. Is it going to hit right off the bat, actually? Yes, it will. Angry Bird, go! It went straight through it, but it did hit it. Got it up into the air, even. Nice. See, if that was a pig, he would have blown up and been defeated and stuff. So there we go. I mean, at the start, it was just playing around with the bird, but now we are actually playing Angry Birds to some extent. Yeah, we don't have the really complex levels with all the pieces of wood and all that you break apart and stuff, but hey, that's pretty good for a game inside of a game. I mean, we just played, I don't know. I mean, we just played Angry Birds in the game. That's something, don't you think? I think it's funny. The fact that you can even do that's pretty interesting, I thought. Yeah, get that truck. And you could play Angry Birds too. You can set up whatever you want. And here, I'll try setting up the H cubes on top of each other to have that. But like I said, I think they'll just fall through each other. I'll use the lightest weight, which I think would be the least likely to cause glitches. But, well, let's just see what happens. You can use the map editor for maximum accuracy of locations of things. So we're going to just say select the cube, copy it, and move over to above the cube, paste it. Let's not do it like that. Let's paste it here, freeze physics, and then try to place it on the other cube and see if it works. That's a stretch button. That's not what we want. So we're going to just try to place it on the other cube and see if it'll stand. But I think it'll kind of just fall through and glitch through, because that's what usually seems to happen when you do this kind of thing with the cubes. So it looks like it's pretty much on point in terms of location. So you just got to make it have a little bit of space so it's not actually already glitching through it. So we got just a tiny bit of clearance, so, you know, a couple inches. Just like that. You can see they're not quite on each other, but we're going to unfreeze physics, and yeah. Doesn't seem to work. So we're not going to try that. And it's not like they were actually touching, because here you can see there's a definite gap, but still it just falls right through it. Maybe it's because we're in the map editor. I mean, I could try that. I don't know if that's the case, so... No, not because of the map editor. So that's why we're not making a stack of cubes to it to actually knock down physicsy, because, well, the cubes don't stack. And I'm not really sure what else you could really make a stack of that would actually be stable. I mean, you can kind of make a stack of cars, but that's going to kill your FPS. You need something that's simple like the cubes. You know, even the steel barriers or the steel barrels might be a little too complex. And those are kind of small. That would just take ages to set up. I don't have the time to set all that up. It would just take so long, so I'm not going to do it. So I guess that's about all we can do with the bird at this level. I'm actually save this setup just in case I ever want to do it again. We could play Angry Birds again if I ever have the time to actually make like a full setup and stuff. I could like say, here, you could download the map and then you could play Angry Birds in BeamNG.drive or something. I don't know, but I'm gonna save that just in case for later. And then we're gonna go back to grid map to do a couple more things that I want to do with the bird. So really, there's not too many things left. This video's already been pretty long because I don't know if I'll edit out much of that slingshot, because most of the slingshot stuff was pretty fun. But one thing I wanted to try is seeing, can we fly the bird using propane tanks as well? Because, well, I mean, we have something that explodes. Why not make use of it? So all we're going to do is we're just going to go into map editor, and we're going to just copy paste a ton of propane tanks right below it, and then try to launch it away with the power of propane, except my camera speed is at ludicrous. You tone that down real quick. To speed. I don't think the game records when I do the setting change for the camera. And it's still really fast. Oh well. So we're just going to put like 10 propane tanks right there. See what that does. It kind of worked, except I blew up the bird really badly. Like, he didn't fly, he just got blown away pretty much. So that's not exactly what my goal was. Go and try a different angle maybe. See if that'll work any better. Maybe a couple less tanks too. Maybe that was a bit too many. We'll try putting it right there in the bottom. Might stretch him out. Well, he doesn't stretch out, does he? Yeah, angry bird that's been blown in half is flying now. I really did hurt that bird. Oh, look at that. That's not good. It's half a bird. Let's go back into the game. Oh, game crashed again. Why you do this, game? I just wanted to crush another car with a bird. Come on. All right, I'll set it all up and then I'll be back with you. Everything is set up. Here's the crash. I just want to do one more crash on like a small car. Yeah, okay. Looks like the car. It looks like a car from Cars almost, with like has eyes and stuff. Does the car still drive? Nope. I just wanted to do one more of those just because that's probably what most people will do. Most people won't go through all the trouble to set up a slingshot. They'll probably just drop the bird on things. So I wanted to do one more of those before we well, let's just drop the bird down leap of death, and I think we'll end the video there. So that'll be what we do. Let's go to leap of death then. Alright, let's get this thing destroyed. I don't think it'll fare well. I mean, I said it earlier, bird is not meant to break apart. Bird is meant to break other things, but WhyBeAre don't care. Oh, by the way, the colors don't do anything. I didn't ever select them ever because they don't do anything. They have no function, so why would I bother clicking it? It just kind of gets dense. I'm pretty sure by the end of things, half the bird will have disappeared. Yep, half of it's kind of just disappeared already. It's a flat and angry bird. Like, he's angrier looking to me. His eyebrows look more tilted in. That's why I said that. That's one of those things where it's like, that just makes no sense. So I should probably explain why I said that. Yeah, that's pretty flat right there. Yeah, let's try it on sun gravity. That's always a dumb thing to do. So, reset sun gravity. Can't see nothing. Oh, seizure. Please close your eyes if you're likely to get something seizures. And it's entirely disappeared. it just entirely disappeared. Well, that was unexpected. I don't even... Oh, okay. Well then. There's nothing I can say about that. So this will be the last drop, and once it ends, I'll go and end the video there. So until next time, this is WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.